This isn't Mario. What are we doing?
Welcome back, travelers. As you can see, we are looking at the newest stuff from Magic. This is a surprise for Joe as well. And it's basically we're just going to look at the stuff that Kaldheim has to show us and
Is
talk
that
about.
Kaya?
It is Kaya. Look at her with her battle axes like she thinks she's Kratos or something. Um,
Fortnite thinks it's Kratos.
Fortnite has Kratos. So they're talking about how this is going to be the metal week of metal. It's just starting out. They haven't revealed any of the character, well, any of the cards, and we're just talking about the characters and speculating on what they're going to be. These are some of the
Okay.
artwork. Look at this thing.
I like him.
Yeah, look at this thing. I hope it's a legendary so I can make a commander deck with him. He's beautiful. Looks like a
I
golem.
like the little lich guy up top of him.
Looks more like a dwarf. He could be a
No, on
giant.
top of him.
On
I've been watching
this guy?
Adventure Time. He looks like the lich from Adventure Time. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Very horny. Then there's of course this wolf thing. There's just a lot of cool things. Partially because it's covered in snow. But one little tidbit that's said right here at this part right here. So basically, Kaya and Tybalt are both going to be in Kaldheim. We can assume that Tybalt is red because he's Tybalt, and Kaya will be black white, which then leaves only two other colors. We got blue, and we got green. So first thing we'll talk about is this guy.
Oh, hey, the other things I read are actually relevant.
Look at this guy and try to avoid his nipples.
I'm looking at his ears. He's an elf.
He is an elf. He's a Kaldheim elf. Remember how in the previous the Black Legendary Lore episode we talked about how Nadir could possibly be from Kaldheim? Well,
Yes.
it turns out on Kaldheim is a race of dark elves and high elves basically.
Is he a high elf?
He's a high elf, and his whole shtick is that he's super confident, and basically is the best at what he does. His brother is the king of all elves because they united. The elves used to be gods of Kaldheim before they were basically the strongest of them were imprisoned.
It's
So like
basically Johnny and Brahmaz, but not lions.
yes, these things are called Aenir, and the Scoti are what the name of the current gods of Kaldheim are. So we're gonna get to see what the Scoti are. We're gonna find out a little bit more about the Aenir, most likely.
Do they speak with Scotish accents?
I'm gonna kill you, Joe. So basically, they just wanted to make a lot of focus on making him as ripply as possible. Like they go, no, I'm serious. There's several paragraphs where they're just talking about. They start talking about it like, right here, from his muscular frame, down to right here. They're just talking about his muscles, and they focus on the wood elves and stuff like that. The point being, his superpower, basically, because everyone now is
It's
just
his
superheroes.
muscles.
Oh, his muscles. No, he is really cool, actually. He can take anything in his environment and basically pull it onto himself or onto his allies. So say he's basically an alchemist, but because he needs the things in his vicinity in order for it to work. So what he can do is he'll take he can take this golden blade that he's wearing, and he can make it like basically just surround his arm or his hand and become just a battering ram. Or he
Kind of
can
like
take,
that.
or he can take like the plant life and create thorns around his opponents and ensnare them, kind of thing. If there's a lava flow, he's able to just go across it. He's basically green. They could make him green red. I would really hope they wouldn't, because green red has a lot of planeswalkers to it already. He could easily be a green white elf if they felt like it, even though elves on this plane are green black, as you can see from the dark elves. That's
I like
basically
him.
yeah. He's pretty cool. He's simple, and he has I mean, I guess you could say a generic personality,
We
but
need more simple guys. They killed our last one.
it's true. He does remind me a lot of Gideon in the fact that people can rally around him, and I feel
Yeah.
like he'll definitely be brought low and stuff like that. He's kind of like Goku. I think it's best to look at him. He's a Goku figure.
I hope he doesn't die. I hope we get more of him.
Now, don't let the beard fool you. This person, Niko, is a they. They're non-binary, and their whole shtick is that It's actually kind of cool. They're from Theros, and they were told by a seer that they were going to become the world's greatest athlete, and so they began to use they were like a world-renowned javelinist, javelin thrower, javelineer.
Oh, not UT Kingsville or A&M Kingsville. Same thing.
It's the same thing. It's all the same. The point is,
Orange one.
as you can see,
No, the maroon one.
what
Whatever.
color do you think they are,
Maroon.
lad? Basically, the idea that I got from their story before like learning about the color they chose for them, was that they would be red-white. They're from Theros. They're a world-renowned sportsperson.
Sportsperson.
They're sporters. Olympian would maybe work. Therosian. The point is, they decided that they did not want to have Klothys and Destiny decide their fate. And so they decided to throw
Are we
a
getting a
match.
Klothys in our set because of that, or is that probably going to be a instant or sorcery?
Klothys is basically just being referenced because it's part of Niko's origin
That's new
story.
artwork, though. They have to use that. That has to
That's
be on
not
like
new
an instant or
artwork.
sorcery or something.
This is the normal Klothys artwork.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So basically, the name Niko, this is really cool. They didn't say it here, but Niko is obviously based off of the name Nike. Nike being the Greek...
The shoes.
celestial. Well, no. It's Greek for victory, which is why the shoes are called Nike. And there was I don't remember if it was a god or a goddess, but they were called Nike.
They
So
are
it's-
goddess.
It's cool that Niko is like reflecting that in that name. But their whole thing is that these shards they make, these shards, can be used as a way to capture people. So
You still have not told me what color they are.
Well, I'm trying to get you to figure it out.
We haven't gone into blue yet.
It's true, and unfortunately, this is a mono blue planeswalker.
Really?
Interesting. Yes.
That story does not sound mono blue.
It does not. It sounds very red-white. You would expect them to be from Akroa, but they show them coming from Meletis, apparently. Now, what's important about that is that it actually kind of made sense as they explained it, because there's more along the... Because I talk about in my blue video, about the blue side of the color pie, is that blue can be like a bodybuilder. Blue can be an athlete because blue's about perfection and trying to perfect oneself. So it actually makes sense from that side where a trained athlete would be blue, especially because they are disciplined in their way. They're very close to
Based
blue
off the
white.
goddess of victory.
Yes, and that's another thing.
Victory is blue.
Well, sadly, but their whole shtick is going against the norm. They had to design the character as non-binary. They had to make the character throw a match and not want to be a chosen one. They had to make the character not red, as they would naturally be as a sportsman, sports person, and instead make them blue. It actually, it all gels together very well. And one thing I do want to say, I love that the character is non-binary, but that's not the point of their character. Do you know what I mean by that?
Like Alicia.
Yeah, because Alicia, she was transgender, and that was basically their whole identity. Their whole story was around the fact they were transgender, and there was nothing else about them.
It's like, what about her relation to Colligan? Oh, she's following Colligan.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
pretty
like
much.
anything more than that, she's following Colligan.
And
Okay.
so that I like that. I like the fact that this is a character that is. They even say this is not the non-binary character. This is a non-binary character, and there's ways to like identify with it. Yeah, right here. Niko's not intended to be the non-binary character. They're a specific person with their own strengths, flaws, goals, and personality. So it's really cool that they did this. And what this means is that Niko is going to be blue, Tyvar is going to be green, Tybalt will be most likely red, and Kyle will most likely be black-white, and we'll have 4 planeswalkers in the Kaldheim set.
Okay.
I don't know what they intend to do with Tybalt. I'm hoping they make him more of a Loki style guy, but I feel like Oko would fit that role much better.
Yeah.
It's
That's
possible.
what he was made for.
it is very possible that we will see Oko in this set working with Tybalt, and Tybalt will just basically be an agent of chaos working with Oko, because I feel like they'd be able to like be on the same page. And I mean, if you look at the artwork, there was one of these packs there was like a leak of one of these packs. It had Tybalt on it, and he looks really cool. And
maybe he'll actually be good this time.
And as you can see here, you have Kaya as she's attacking this giant thing. And it seems like it's possible the gods of this world are going to be spirits. And that
I like that.
It's going to focus on Kaya trying to kill these spirit gods so that the elves can ascend back to whatever.
Interesting.
This is of course all speculation. Next week they may release a whole bunch of stuff that debunks all of this. And if they do, by the time I release the video, I'll definitely edit that in and put pictures just like dismissing or confirming what we're talking about.
Why are we getting our hopes up? You saw how hard they crashed and burned us with our Theros theories.
Yeah, Theros theories were much better than the actual Theros. But that goes for everyone's feelings on Theros. But yeah.
They've been way better than the last few sets. Like, it's going to be nowhere near as good as you're speculating.
I mean, the artwork looks rad and metal.
So did the artwork for Theros.
That's very true. Look at Kaya. She looks so happy.
Then Zendikar, they just focused on D&D.
It's true.
Like, here's our party mechanic. Okay, but what about the story? Here's our party mechanic. Okay, but what about the story? Nahiri's doing something. Okay, and Nisa's trying to save everybody. Okay, that's what she does is the Gatewatch, but what's the story? I just told you.
There's a dangerous artifact. Oh, look, it's all okay.
And that's more than a story we got for Ikoria.
That's true.
Like, what's here? Big creatures. Okay, Godzilla. Not canonically. Okay, what is canon? Big creatures.
Big creatures.
What is canon? Narset's here. Oh, I'm sold.
But thank you guys for watching Niko and the Niners. Also, Tyvar, the Thor Superman nipple monster stand-in.
Really, really big man.
Really, really big man. He's very.
Stare into my nipples of truth.
It would be cool, like if he transmuted them and like icicles shot out when he was cold. I can see that working.